Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. In today's video I wanted to talk a little bit in detail about the caladiums, because some people told me that they are having a little hard time growing caladiums. Now there are certain things that you need to keep in mind. Now on my left hand side, these are all the regular or natural varieties of caladiums, and on the right hand side these are all the hybrid varieties, basically imported. Most of them are from Thailand. Like this one is the Thai caladium and others are hybrids. So you have to be extremely careful of which variety you have or which variety you have purchased. If you have purchased the regular varieties, you do not need to be worried much. These will do well in any kind of soil. You can even leave them out in rain. They won't have much of an issue, because in most of the cities, these tend to grow as weeds in many of the cities. In fact, in my native Mangalore as well, they tend to grow in wild. Without any care, just left out in the nature. They tend to do quite well. These have all sprouted and you can see they are looking fantastic. Even if I'm going to leave them out in the rain, they won't be much of an issue. But if I'm going to leave the hybrids in rain, there is a high chance that the tubers can get rotted. So you have to be extremely careful. Apart from that, do not give them a lot of direct sunlight, otherwise they will get burnt. They are very, very fragile as compared to the regular ones or the natural varieties. These are all kind of, cross-pollinated and created into hybrids. So they are a little bit weaker as compared to our natural varieties. So for the natural varieties or for the regular varieties, I don't give much of a care. I just leave them as it is and they do quite well. These have all sprouted from the tubers that were inside the soil. Again, there are different variations in this. You can see this looks very similar to this variety, but they are quite different. They look a little bit similar, but again they have a lot of different variations. These two are of the same variety, I think. Yes, they are the same variety. So pretty much the regular varieties will do well in any kind of soil mix, whether you put them out in rain, whether you give them morning direct sunlight before 9 a.m. It's absolutely okay. They will do quite well. But you have to be a little bit more careful with the hybrids. Now I'm not very sure how you will be able to guess whether it's an hybrid or imported ones, unless the seller is going to tell you, because it's very difficult to understand which are the imported ones and which are the cross bred ones. So it is better you check with the seller itself whether these are imported or these are hybrids, because at times by looking at them you will get a fair idea that these are definitely hybrids, because you won't be finding these in nature. So usually the design, the shape itself will give you a fair idea whether it's a hybrid or not, but it's always better to cross check with your seller. And as they said, the most important thing, do not keep them out in the rain. You need to have a slight amount of moisture in the soil, but not soggy wet soil. If the soil is soggy wet, then the tubers will start to rot and the leaves will start to fall. So you have to be extremely careful. Whereas these, they are just absolutely fine wherever they are being kept a lot of times. But again, just to be on the safer side, I do not let them sit in soggy wet soil. The pots have drain holes, so the excess water starts to flow out. The soil stays slightly moist. Again, these are kept in a place where the rainwater does fall, but not too much, a little bit. For these guys, rainwater does not fall much into the pots. I keep a check on it. They are kept a little bit behind in the shaded area so that the pots do not come in direct contact with water at all given point of time. I do check the soil. The moment I see that around 1 to 2 inches of the soil is dry, I go ahead and do a complete watering. I try to maintain a very slight amount of moisture, but not soggy wet soil. So if your caladiums are dropping its leaves, then do check what's the problem. Is the soil very compact? The soil has to be loose and well draining and porous. So do a proper check. Ensure that the soil is not soggy wet. There has to be a drain hole. And if these things are being followed, then you will be able to grow caladiums much easily. But the only thing, as I said, the hybrids are a little bit more delicate as compared to the natural varieties. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.